Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should understand. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should know. May sound strange, might sound foolish, but things ain't getting better. Every day another fall victim to the beretta. Why is there so much violence killing with one another? Let us learn to love and let that light shine brighter. Bad influence, you influence the youth and get slaughtered. As bad man used to be, they respect the father. It's like your eyes don't realize the times get harder. Me talk all night with all my might and still is laughter. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. And everyone should know. Him say, when I try to cope, tell myself there is hope. It seems like the biggest joke. And as I put down the gun, still the last must run. I know when blind men can't come. And me a jam and a cool, one go back in a school. The system lick me. There's no hope for those who have not from the slum. Take the little much we have still until we're done. I beg you to show some love. When we get back, he replied, circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. And everyone should know. Well, I know little cry, mama cry, papa cry too. She want the boy with a heart and that couldn't do. You know them find it dead with a Smith and Wesson. 6 weeks and change now, me a remiss. Why so much violence? Too much violence. It hurts my soul and I won't keep silent. Circumstances made me what I am. That was his reply, I cry. Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should know. It sounds strange, might look foolish, but things are getting better. Every day another fall victim to the beretta. Why is there so much violence killing with one another? Let us learn to love and let that light shine brighter. Bad influence, you influence the youth and get slaughtered. As bad man used to be, them respect the father. It's like no eyes don't realize the times get harder. I talk all night with all my might and still is laughter. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. And everyone should know now. And when I try to cope, tell myself there is hope. It seems like the biggest joke. And as I put down the gun, collateral must run. I know when blind men can't come. And me a think about cool, one go back in a school. The system lick me. There's no hope for those who have not from the slum. Take the little much we have, still until we done. How do we show some love? How do we get back some now? Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. Every man should know. Oh, circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a...
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, it's another God-given day. It's another God-given day. Here in the beautiful territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, we are amongst the living still. We are still amongst the living. We give our God the thanks and the glory. We give our God the thanks and the glory so that we can be fortunate enough to be here amongst the living, doing what we do best or doing what we love to do. as it relates to calling out the political players here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana, these players who basically disguising themselves as public officials, as a representative of the people, when, if the truth be told, all they are a bunch of criminals. Look, we know that. We know that. And again, look, the only thing that make us much different from the average person is that, check it out, the water that we drink, is spiced differently than the average person. Or let's put it this way. We get our water from a different fountain. We get our water from a different fountain than everybody else. So we recognize cronyism, we recognize theft, we recognize lies, we recognize imposters, just like that by the snap of the fingers, we recognize it. While it takes the other person some time, to recognize it. Again, because the water that we drink is much, much different than the average guy out there. And the average guy out there, look, we understand the concept, my brothers and sisters. We ain't knocking you. We love you. We love you. Because we know you're out there on the grind 24/7, 44/8, from sun up to sundown, taking care of your family. And we applaud you. We applaud you. We applaud you for that. We applaud you. You need to do that. You need to ensure that, your wife, your husband have food on the table. Your kids have a roof over their head. You got clothes on your back. And keep them from being or putting themselves in dangerous situation, as we have it here in the territory of New Orleans. We have families out here just to survive, just to put food in their mouth, just to keep a roof over their head, have to be out there panhandling at some of these. Look, I'm telling you, when I drive up to some of these to these traffic light or stoplight, I'm very mindful that, look, I'm approaching these stop signs carefully, because for the past few months I have seen families. Now listen to my brothers and sisters, what I'm talking about. We're talking about that composite. Not only the male of the family or the feet, we're talking about the kids them too. Look, I know I'm not the only one. When we drive to these stops, we've seen kids with their mommy and their daddy out there trying to get $1 or trying to get some pennies so that they can take care of themselves. We're talking about right here in the United States of America. We ain't talking about what they like to categorize as third world country. No. We're talking about right here in the United States of America, in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. And as they tell it, and for those who believe it, but we should believe that this is the richest country on the face of the world. We should believe that this is the richest country on the face of the, yeah, right. Again, look, we get our water from the fountain. Our water is pure. Pure rainwater we get. Pure mountain water. That's what we drink. You see what I'm saying? So we have clarity. We have clarity. We can see it just for what it is. We have clarity, brothers and sisters. Hey, it's another day, brothers and sisters. Much love. It's all love. That's what it is. We're coming from a place of love. You are listening to The Proven Truth. You are now tuned into The Proven Truth with your brother and host, Anthony Brown. Coming to you live from the studio of Radio Gumbo Creole here in the beautiful territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. And as always, my brothers and sisters, my family, we invite you to participate in the show. We invite you to let your voice be heard. We created this platform not for us, and not just so we can come here on a day-to-day and spit our truth or to inform you about certain issues. We also established this platform with you in mind, because we are fully aware that the local media, as it is, don't pick up on the story or pick up on the grassroots or the everyday person's story. You see what I'm talking about? So we created this platform. Now look, let me break it down for you real quick. When you come on this program and you share with us your concern, you share with us your troubles, your worries, you share with us what you are seeing out there on a day-to-day basis. Let me tell you who the audience is gonna be. Well, away from me, and look, away look, you're gonna be having brothers and sisters all over the Caribbean listening to your worries and trouble and your comments. From Jamaica to Haiti to Trinidad, all over the Caribbean. You're going to have your brothers and sisters listening to you and your problems. And whatever you choose to discuss about. We have multiple stations located in IT that listen to this broadcast right here. We have people in Trinidad, in Jamaica who listen to us right here, who send us their feedbacks. We have people right here in North America, in America, all over the eastern seacoast, all over the western seacoast, all over the southern sea. We ain't sure about the north. We ain't sure about the northern seacoast. We ain't sure about places like Montana, north and south. We ain't sure about places like that. But you have a listening audience in the 5 boroughs. You have people all over the south. You have people all over California, Colorado, listening to us. Yeah, that's what we have listened. And then we live stream this program. We live stream this program as well on the Facebook and also on the YouTube. So you can participate by joining us live on Facebook by going to Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. Again, by going to Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. You can also participate by going to the YouTube, checking us out on YouTube, by going to The Proven Truth, that's THE, The Proven Truth, hosted by Anthony Brown. You can also listen to us, family. You can listen to us by dialing 712-432-7883. Again, that number is 712-432-7883 from your device of choice. You can listen to us. You can also check us out on the web by going to www.radiogumbocreole.net. Again, that's www.radiogumbocreole.net, where you can listen to the program live. You can listen to the program live. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of liberty to ourselves and to our prosperity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. The United States of America Constitution. Who is your daddy? Who is your daddy? All governments of rights originate with the people, is founded on their will alone, and is instituted to protect the rights of the individual and for the good of the whole. Its only legitimate ends are to secure justice for all, preserve peace, protect the rights, and promote the happiness and general welfare of the people. Family, we're going to go in this document in depth. We're going to go in this document, the Constitution, in depth. In depth. Just give us give us a few more minutes. In depth. We have people here who don't recognize or who fail to recognize that this is the United States of America and that we have a document we call the Constitution. What do we call it? The Constitution. Be it further resolved that we as a race of people declare the League of Nations null and void as far as the Negroes are concerned, in that it seeks to deprive the Negroes of their liberty. Marcus Mosiah Garvey. The philosophy and opinion of our ancestors. Look, my brothers and my sisters, where would we be today as a race, intellectually and financially, if it wasn't for our ancestors? If it wasn't for the likes of Marcus Mosiah Garvey? This quote right here, a matter of fact, every word that come out of this ancestor mouth have to do with the upward mobility of the black race. Of the black race. Here we are living in a territory, New Orleans, Louisiana, dominantly black. And the political elite represent that dominant black constitution as it relates to the numbers. And it's the black politicians that here who is now turning around and oppressing the black masses. We respect, honor, and give credit to our ancestors, to the champions that came before us. We are here because of giants who came before us. A lot of them came not of their own free will. Not because they love North America or they love America and they wanted to come to America. A lot of them came here in bondage, with shackles, screaming and yelling for dear life. A lot of them decide, look, death before freedom, before slavery. A lot of them jumped ship. And a lot of them was thrown over ship too. My brothers and sisters, when we talk about our ancestors, we make mention of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, Nanny from the Maroon, Paul Bogle, Fred Hamilton, Maurice Bishop, Malcolm X, that revolutionary brother, Carter G. Wilson, Harriet Tubman, that fine, beautiful, 5'5", beautiful black sister, ancestor, a Thomas Sankara, a Summerall Mackell, a Bookman Duty, a Toussaint Louverture, a Jack Dessalines. Now, again, my brothers and sisters, this is just a few of our ancestors that we choose to recognize on a day-to-day basis. There's a few we choose to recognize on a day-to-day basis. Now, there's many more out there. This is my list. If you want to create your own list, go ahead and create your own list. And if you want to create your own list and share it with us, we appreciate that too. Go ahead, create a list and share it. Because I can guarantee you, the amount of black people that was murdered, that was sold into slavery, we don't even know the true figure as it is today. However, this is our list and we choose to honor these people. Now, my brothers and sisters, today, what are we going to talk about today? Somebody tell me. What do we talk about every day? Corrupted politician in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. A matter of fact, we speak about the organized crime here in the territory of New Orleans. That's what we talk about. Organized crime. The structure of organized crime. We talk about criminals disguising themselves as political officials. That's what we talk about here in the territory of New Orleans. We talk about criminals disguising themselves as elected officials. In truth and reality, they are criminals supposed to be in jail. We are going to show you why. We have the likes of Errol G. Williams, that criminal imposter that's calling himself the Orleans Parish Tax Assessor here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. We're going to show you the reason why he's so bold, he's so brave, and he's so obnoxious in his whole activity and his whole persona as the Orleans Parish Tax Assessor. Look, family, I know you guys know, but I'm going to repeat it anyway. Government, as we have it and as we know it, we have branches of government. We have 3 branches of government as we know it. We have the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. Within those 3 branches, in and of themselves, individually, the Constitution set up what is known as a check and balance. That means no one branch of government have flattered powers, have unlimited powers to do what they choose or want to do. The other 2 branches will check that 3rd branch. There's an element to the Constitution where you have each branch checking another branch. There's an element to the Constitution where no one branch can conduct any business into the other branch, under the other branch authority. Okay? That's how it is structured. Now, what we're going to do for you, look, who is Anthony Brown? What do I know about law? I didn't look. I'm the first. Look, I'm declaring. Let me declare my hands right now. I didn't go to the institution of higher learning. I didn't go to the institution of indoctrination for 3 or 4 years to call myself a member of the Bar Association. I didn't. So let me declare that for you. Look, Anthony Brown is here preaching law. What Anthony Brown is doing is in my capacity as an electorate, in my capacity as one of the bosses, in my capacity as somebody with common sense, I am reading the document that we the people created. Now mind you, we here on the Proven Truth, we are black conscious, not black ignorant. Let me say it again. We are black conscious, not black ignorant. When we refer to the Constitution, we refer to the Constitution, both the United States Constitution and the Louisiana Constitution, for its original intent and purposes, as it was meant to apply to them. We are fully aware that we as a people, black people, people who come from the African descent, from the continent of Africa, Mother Africa, this document or its amendment wasn't applicable to us, or when it was being drafted, it wasn't with us in mind. We know this and we understand this. We know this and we understand it. We ain't bickering about it. But what we are saying here today is, here in the 21st century, 2018, we have this document, the Louisiana Constitution, and we know it to be a fact that every single elected official supposed to abide by this document, the letter of the law, and its application as it relates to the Constitution. Now, again, how do I know that? How do I know that? Let's go. Look, we're going to go to the chief legal authority. We're going to go to the person here in the territory of Louisiana, the Chief Justice of the Louisiana Supreme Court. And I want you guys listen to this for a second. I'm going to play a clip before I get deep into the conversation. We're just warming up right here. We call it warmers in the banks. In the military, you guys who serve in the military know, when you go on the range, you might take yourself a magazine or 50 rounds, and you call it warmer in the bank. So you just fire it, you just fire a shot down the range, so you get a feel of your weapon. And this is warming up. Oh, that's what we're doing right now. We're gonna play a clip for you. And I want you to listen to the clip real keenly. It won't be more than 4 minutes, or a little over 4 minutes. Just listen to it. And this is Bernadette Johnson. This is Bernadette Johnson, the Chief Justice of the Louisiana Supreme Court, speaking to, or doing an address to the state judiciary, to them guys in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I want you to listen. She is going to inform us about this document, the Constitution. And I want you to listen to it, brothers and sisters. Let me get Miss Bernadette Johnson up here. Let me get Miss Bernadette Johnson so you guys can hear her. And then
recent investiture service, and I thank you for braving the cold and sharing that day with us. Thank you for the many warm wishes of congratulations and support. Thank you as well to the legislators who were able to attend our recent ceremony when we commemorated the 200th anniversary of the Louisiana Supreme Court. In recognition of this event, over the past year, the court has held oral arguments in the Cabildo, one of the court's original homes. The court met in Sala Capitula, which was the same room where oral arguments were held almost 2 centuries ago. The court also traveled to Natchitoches, another city where the court used to sit many years ago. The next issue of the Louisiana Bar Journal will be dedicated to the court's bicentennial and will include several articles by historians that talk about this historic event. The court will also be producing a booklet similar to the one that was produced in 1813 when we celebrated our centennial. It will include a transcript of the bicentennial ceremony and other articles of interest. Because of the historical interest, we will also disseminate it to schools and libraries around the state so that citizens and students generally will have a document of this historic event. Our respective 2 branches of government have a history of mutual respect and cooperation. And let me assure you that I, as Chief Justice, will do everything that I can to continue to build upon that relationship. This is one of the reasons I'm glad to continue the tradition of these visits by our court to your chambers for the State of the Judiciary address, and I thank you for welcoming us here this afternoon. Thank you as well for the respect, courtesy, and cooperation that you show our judges, our lawyers, our staff, when we present the judicial branch budget requests and other legislation that impacts the judiciary. We thank you also for your time spent chairing and serving on various court committees that are concerned with judicial reform. We want to extend a special thank you to Senator Ed Murray, who chairs our Committee on House Concurrent Resolution 143, which I will speak about in a minute. We also thank Representative John Schroeder, who does a yeoman's job in chairing the multidisciplinary task force on legal representation in child protection cases. We thank Senator Martini for the work that he did in overhauling our indigent defense system. I believe the mutual respect of our 2 branches is based upon a recognition that the legislature and the judiciary are 2 separate but equal branches of government. Both our federal and state constitutions enshrine this principle of separate but equal, a principle which is meaningless and ineffective without maintenance of an independent judiciary. Although judges in this state are elected, our allegiance is to the Louisiana Constitution and to the rule of law. It is the duty and the responsibility of each judge in this state to apply the Constitution and laws to the facts that are presented without fear or favor. A judge cannot be partisan despite which way political winds may be blowing. Our independent judiciary is a hallmark of our democracy, and we all should take whatever steps are necessary to respect and preserve this independence.
Okay, family. You heard that? That was Bernadette Johnson, the Louisiana Chief Justice, Bernadette Johnson, addressing the Louisiana Judicial State Judicial Committee in Baton Rouge. Did you hear her comments a while ago? It doesn't matter where are the political breeze that is blowing. All judges supposed to abide by the Louisiana Constitution. Now, we know for a fact that Bernadette Johnson is not one who abide. When she go and make her state of the judicial address in Baton Rouge, and she make this address to these legislators in Baton Rouge, it's all a front. It's all, for them, it's just words and papers. It have no meaning. Here we have Bernadette Johnson. It's a hallmark of our democracy, the Louisiana Constitution. And when it came time for her to act, when there was a total and a blatant violation of the Louisiana Constitution, what did she do? What did her black ass did? Did she stand up and be counted? Did she defend the Constitution? No, she didn't, my brothers and sisters. She didn't. Now look, I'm not one to pay much attention to comments left on Facebook or on YouTube. But understand this, Miss Krushan, whosoever this person named that's on Facebook, Krushan. There is certain things that I know to be a fact. And one of the things, when I make reference or I speak on certain issue, I speak on certain issues so that the average person out there can understand what I'm saying, or can at least see eye to eye with what I'm saying. There is certain issues that I'm not gonna go into. One, because if I'm not fully knowledgeable of certain issue, I won't speak on it. Secondly, because certain issue is not relevant to the topic or subject at hand, despite what you want to think. Okay? Here is somebody by the name of Trisha Krushan leaving a comment on Facebook. Here is the situation. There is no such thing as a corrupt judge when Illuminati controls every human body. Full stop. I didn't worry the second sentence. Look, you're talking about Illuminati. I won't talk about Illuminati. I will say this much to you. I will acknowledge the fact. Well, you said corrupt judge, not just judge. According to the United States Supreme Court, there is no such goddamn thing as a judge in the United States right now since the 1700s. These people that's calling themselves judges ain't judges. Why? Because they don't defend the Constitution. And this is not Anthony Brown saying this. I'm just the conduit. This is coming from the Supreme Court of the United States. When you go inside these courts and you talk, or these judges talk to you about the law, these judges don't come to you from the Constitution as we know it. What they come to you from is the revised statute, the codes, and your ordinance. That's how they come to you, and that's the law in their eyes. And as the United States Supreme Court justices claim, all these people is executive administrators carrying out the executive orders. That's it. They are not judges. So to that extent or to that end, Miss or Mr. Krushan, whatever your gender is, I will accept that fact. I will accept that fact. But when you go on to the other Illuminati thing, that's something, it's a whole total different topic or issue that we here on the Prove It Truth ain't gonna be going into. But look, much love, and I appreciate your comments too. Now, family, look, we base all our argument and concept on two facts. Two facts. The first fact is that I am a human being created by my God with common sense. Now, common sense is something that the establishment don't want you to exercise or to use. Critical thinking is something that they are totally against. Common sense and its application, they don't like that. They want you to stay within the box. The way how they indoctrinate you from you as a kid growing up. And once you take on to yourself that independent thinking, now you're the enemy of the state. You're the enemy all of a sudden overnight because you can think, or you have a different approach, or you have a different idea or concept, became all of a sudden the enemy of the state. Because you ain't applying your life or your action according to what they tell you it is, or you're supposed to apply it to. Now, these elected officials, look, we are focusing today on the judiciary. Members of the judiciary, members who form that branch of government, the judicial branch. Here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana, we have been saying this for some time now. We have the most incarcerated people inside this territory. The most incarcerated people is inside the territory of New Orleans, is inside the territory of Louisiana. And we are saying that we have the wrong set of people behind bars. We have been saying that we have the wrong set of people behind bars. We have criminals putting people behind bars and calling them criminal. You see the oxymoron there? We have criminal actors labeling people as criminal and putting people behind bars for not following the law, the revised statute, the code, the ordinance. We're going to play you another clip. In this clip, you're going to see people calling themselves judges. Look, we call them judges again just because we understand that the average person refer to them as judges as well. So we're going to use what the average person call them or look upon them as. Now we understand that there are some of us who have a higher understanding or a different understanding of the whole mantra, of the whole thing. Right? We understand that. But again, just so we can communicate with our audience, just so people can understand what we're speaking about, we got to use common language and common terminology. We are not knocking you if you have a higher understanding or you're on a different plateau. And I'm saying to you, if you want to engage us in that conversation, look, feel free. Contact us, leave a message. We understand and we love you for that. But so that the people all over the diaspora, our vast reach of audience can understand what we're talking about, we have to use common terms and common language. Follow me. Here we have a set of people or a group of people we are calling judge. They call themselves judge. They are getting a salary based on the Constitution. They were elected to office or appointed to office to uphold the law. And you're going to be seen for yourself or listen for yourself in a few seconds from now. They are the same ones who are violating the law that they sworn to uphold. Now listen, the average person out there didn't take an oath of office, you know, or didn't swear to uphold nothing, you know. Listen to what I'm saying, family. The average person out there didn't put his hand on the Bible, didn't put one hand on the Bible, raise one hand in the air and say, I do solemnly swear that I shall abide and obey the Constitution. No. But here we have people who go through that process, who is willfully violating that process for a financial gain. No, you look, when you hear, look, family, this is something that's been going on for decades now. For decades. But the fight back is on right now. The pressure is on right now. The pressure is on right now. That's the reason why this fight must be continued. And we ain't backing down. Because when you have a person like Errol G. Criminal Williams, he have a right to operate the way how he's operating. Because one, he know that for the vast majority of people here in the territory of New Orleans, they are miseducated, misguided, misinformed. He know that. Not only that, when you have a person like Anthony Brown who challenged them in court, right? He knows we're going to meet up on a person like, what's her name? Etlin Sims Julian, someone who's calling herself a judge, who's a criminal just like him. So here's this criminal imposter, Errol Criminal Williams, as the Orleans Parish Assessor, who knows or have no worry at all. Because him know, look, oh, Etlin, she's a criminal just like me. You think she gonna call me out and she know that she's doing something wrong too? She ain't gonna do that. So he's comfortable in his mind and in his soul and in his spirit. Because they are all criminals. I want you to listen to this clip, family.
Supposed to uphold the law. So what happens if they're ignoring it? And that in turn helps them collect possibly tens of thousands of extra dollars a year in cash. Tonight we investigate New Orleans judges who officiate weddings and the money they make.
I kind of laughed and I was like, yeah, sure, why not?
When why not turned to I do, Michelle English opted for convenience.
We were just talking one day and I said, pick a date. We'll go to the courthouse.
Michelle and Lyle drove a few minutes away from their West Bank home to New Orleans' Second City Court, the Algiers Courthouse. The secretary told them the judge charged $100 and they must bring cash.
I thought it was a little expensive.
Their 1 o'clock wedding started 90 minutes late after the judge returned from lunch.
How long was the ceremony?
It wasn't that long at all. I mean, really.
5-10 minutes?
Maybe. Maybe.
But what they're learning from our investigation has them feeling ripped off.
That's not cool at all.
And a Tulane law professor outraged.
This is shocking.
4 New Orleans judges perform weddings in their courthouse.
Hey, how much does it cost to get married by your judge?
In First City Court next door to City Hall, judges Angelique Reed, Veronica Henry, and Monique Morial charge $80 to officiate a wedding in the courthouse during the workday.
You said $100 for a ceremony?
On the West Bank at the Algiers Courthouse, Judge Tina Anderson Trahan charges $100. And according to financial disclosure forms all 4 judges filed with the state Supreme Court, they keep that money as additional compensation, between $5,000 and $25,000 a year.
They're not supposed to get salary supplements for doing this on the side. I mean, you know, they're not judges for hire. This is not Judge Judy.
Tulane law professor Joel Friedman says no part of the law allows the judges to pocket this money.
This is just a salary supplement that is unlawful.
And it's clear to you it's unlawful.
Absolutely.
You've read the law.
Yes.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Clear in writing.
Yes. I don't know how they could explain otherwise, other than this is the tradition. Everybody's always done it this way.
For proof, let's dig into state law. First and second city court salaries cannot exceed the salary of New Orleans criminal and civil court judges. It's important to note the law specifically defines salary as the total annual compensation paid directly or indirectly from all sources for services as judge. According to those financial disclosure forms, each criminal or civil district court judge makes $149,000 a year. For example, here's Civil District Court Judge Paulette Irons' disclosure form. But look now at the form for all 4 city court judges. When you total up their salaries, all 4 make $149,000, about the same as those criminal and civil district court judges. But then look at the miscellaneous income, an additional $5,000 to $25,000 for officiating weddings. In fact, 3 of the judges specifically list the type of additional income as judicial or judge.
This money should be staying with the court.
Absolutely.
If the money is supposed to remain with the court and the judges are keeping this money instead, what does that mean?
I believe that they are misusing public funds.
Misuse of public funds.
I would think
serious.
so. Yes, Lee, this is very serious. The amount of money is irrelevant. Irrelevant. I don't care if it was $500. I would like to know why these judges believe they are entitled to payment for judicial functions they are performing in the courthouse during the working day. Where do they think they have the authority to get this additional supplement to their salary? If their salaries aren't good enough, they should stay in private practice.
According to financial disclosure forms, this has been going on for at least a decade. Judges being paid as much as $25,000 more than the law allows.
This is part of their job. They're doing it during the workday, at their workplace.
State law does allow city judges in Alexandria and Monroe to receive additional compensation for officiating a wedding. Friedman says that strongly suggests if the legislature intended judges in New Orleans to pocket wedding fees, it would have indicated so in the law.
It cuts to the integrity of the judicial process. That's what's so upsetting about this.
The 4 judges declined our request for an on-camera interview. They tell us they have no record of how many weddings they officiate a year. But there's more. A section of state law does address weddings in First and Second City Court. It says for every marriage in the courthouse during office hours,
There shall be a charge of $5.
Wow.
Really? $5.
$5. Damn, we got shafted.
Yeah.
that means, according to the law, the judge overcharged Michelle and Lael $95 and possibly did the same thing to every other couple, tying the knot.
I just would like to know where the money's going.
While Judge Tina Anderson Trahan married Michelle and Lael, she earned her regular salary that day. But the judge also paid herself their wedding fee, an additional $100 in cash, a small slice of the thousands of extra dollars she takes in every year, money likely meant for the court, getting pocketed by people elected to uphold the law.
You show me proof of that, that's wrong. It is. There's no excuse for that, really. And I don't feel good about it. And I mean, how many other people have they taken advantage of?
All right, the judges say this part of the law authorizes the performance of weddings in court and charging a fee to perform those weddings. But Joel Friedman says this part of the law only allows the judges to charge $5 for a wedding in the court, not $80 or $100, and doesn't say anywhere they can keep that money as compensation. Tomorrow we'll have more on this investigation, including a local ethics expert saying who may be the entity to investigate.
Family, did you hear that? Now, let me break that down to you. Let me break that down to you. Look, I've been saying it for some time now. Right? That we have criminals. Now, look, here we have so-called judges. People who call themselves judges. Okay? Who supposed to know the law or abide by the law. Right? And for a financial gain or a financial profit, they are totally disregarding the law. What is that? Angeline Reed calling herself a judge. She's a criminal. Veronica Henry calling herself she's a criminal. Monique Morel, a criminal. So this is how you need to address these people. When you go inside these so-called courthouse, and you still have that nameplate, and it have judge, it's a criminal, come here. These people are criminal and are supposed to be in jail. They are double dip. Look, here we have 4 females. Here we have 4 females calling themselves judges. Right? Calling themselves judges. Now, real quick family, for those of you who don't know, let me give you a breakdown of how the Louisiana judicial system is structured. At the very pinnacle, you have the Louisiana Supreme Court. That's the highest court in the land or in this territory. Okay? The Louisiana Supreme Court. We're going to go into the legal document, which is a constitution, in a little bit, and we're going to break down certain authority that the Louisiana Supreme Court have according to Article 5 of the Constitution. So then we have the appellant court, the appellant courts. Then you got the district courts, either civil or criminal district court. You got civil district court and you got criminal district court. From the district court is, let's say, is the gatekeeper. The district court is where you go and you levy all your complaints. If you're not satisfied with the outcome at the district court level, then the hierarchy, you refer to them as the appellant court, which is the first in the case of the territory of Louisiana here, you would go to the 4th Circuit Court of Appeal. Then from the 4th Circuit Court, if you are not satisfied, you would then do a writ to the Supreme Court. Now you're going to see, look, based on experience, you would think that if you have a case or you have a situation, you could just go, you could apply, do a writ to the Supreme Court, the Louisiana Supreme Court, and they would accept that writ. Not in all cases, brothers and sisters. They pick and choose which case they want to address, or they want to create. And there's many different reasons why they do that. I'm saying, based on our experience with the Louisiana judiciary, they favor pick and cherry pick based on their political ties and affluence. They care less about the rule of law, the constitution. They care less. It's about does this case gonna affect my political and social ties with other members out there? Not about is this a violation of the law? No, they don't care about that crap. Then you have what is known as other courts. I refer to them as other courts. City and parish courts. That's where these judges, or so-called judges, operates. Now, look, not to go into the whole, I'm just giving you a general overview. So, at the city and parish level, you have, random attorneys who the Supreme Court appoint to serve on these benches and these courts, right? The Supreme Court have the authority to do that, and in some cases, a lot of these judges are elected, right? Now, at this part of the game, of this part of the structure, right? They're all politically connected. They're all politically connected. So, there is that one judge who is not friends with another judge, who is friends with the mayor, who is friends with the city council. They're all tying together. They're all politically connected. If you think that these four judges right here are unique, think again. If you think that Veronica Henry, Monique Moriel, what's her name? And this, look, you see this judge right here? The one by Algiers? I know she was a criminal long before this argument occurs. These are the same type of judges who go there and chastise you because you chastise you for traffic violations and municipal corporation ordinance. These are the same type of judges, so-called judges, who do that. They're criminals. So here we have criminals. We have criminals calling themselves judges, right? And creating a large population of criminals too. Am I making any sense? We have elected officials. We have so-called judges breaking the law. And these persons who are breaking the law, knowingly too, breaking the law, going to be convicting somebody else out there, telling them that they are committing a crime and breaking the law. What the hell? These people are looked upon with so much prestige. These people are looked upon with so much prestige. And they are criminals. I've been saying that for a very long time. Why do you think a Errol G. Criminal Williams and a Mitch Landro could be getting away with so much atrocities? Because they know that these people that sit on the bench, that form a part of the Louisiana judicial system, is corrupt just like them, if not even more. Look, we are not saying that elected officials that form a part of the administrative branch of government and the legislative branch of government ain't supposed to follow the law or uphold the law or stand by the oath of office. We are not saying that. But when these other two branches, fail to follow the law, that third branch, that judicial branch, is the branch that we the people goes to when we seek justice. We the people go to that third branch of government when we seek justice. And oh my God, here we have judges who is willfully with malicious, no, for a financial gain is breaking the law to put money in their own goddamn pocket. They are, look, you see, what's the difference between these judges and Errol G. Williams? Somebody tell me. What's the difference between these four judges? Angelique Reed, Veronica Henry, Monique Morel, and Tina Anderson Trish, and Errol G. Williams. What's the difference between them? No difference between them. The only difference is these four over here make up is female. Errol G. Williams is a male. They are calling themselves judges. He's calling himself the Orleans Parish Tax Assessor. They are robbing the people blind as judges. Robbing the people blind as judges. Errol G. Williams is robbing the people blind as the Orleans Parish Tax Assessor. They're criminals. They're criminals, family. We have criminals. We the people are paying criminals to rob us. Here is it. They are calling themselves judges. They are getting a salary. They are getting a regular salary according to the Constitution. The Constitution provides for them that they shall receive a compensation as long as they are in office and they are abiding by the law. So, where is the outcry or where is the action now from a Bernadette Johnson and these four judges? Let's read something right here real quick. Let's go to the law, family. Let's go to the law. I'm going to show you what the law says. What's the law? Let's go to the Louisiana Constitution, Article 5, Section 5. Let's read that. The Supreme Court, jurisdiction, supervisory jurisdiction, rule-making power, assignment of judges. Listen. The Supreme Court has general supervision jurisdiction over all other courts. What did it say? Over all other courts. It may establish procedural and administrative rules not in conflict with the law. What's the law? Not the revised statute, not the ordinance. With the Constitution is the law. That's what we're talking about, family. When we the people talk about the law, we talk about the Constitution, not the goddamn ordinance, city ordinance. To hell with that. And the revised statute. This is the law, the Constitution. That's what we the people talk about. Tell that to goddamn Mitch Landrieu and Errol G. Williams and the New Orleans City Council. Tell them that crap. It may establish procedural and administrative rules not in conflict with the law and may assign a sitting or retired judge to any court. Didn't I just say that a while ago? Didn't I just tell it a while ago? The Supreme Court shall have sole authority to provide by rule for appointment of attorneys as temporary or ad hoc judge of city, or that's ad hoc HOC judge, meaning a full house, a group of judges that make a quorum. That's what that means. That ad hoc judge of city, meaning the quorum, the amount of judge that it is required to fulfill a certain duty. Municipal, traffic, parish, juvenile, or family courts. You see? The Louisiana Supreme Court have jurisdiction over all these courts. Now, these judges I we just mentioned a while ago, where did they come from? These judges, city and parish court. City and parish courts. That's where these judges preside over. City and parish courts. Oh, what's that? Whoa. The light went out. Power shortage. Okay, we're back up. Okay, good. That's what this is all about. It's the law. So, the Supreme Court. So where is Bernadette Johnson? Why is Bernadette Johnson ain't taking action against these judges right here? Where is the public announcement? Where is the judicial action? Where is the check and balance? Where is the supervisory action from the Louisiana Supreme Court and these 4 judges right here? Where it is? I ain't seen it. I hear about it. You gonna tell me that she don't know that this report was done by Lee Zurik? Lee Zurik, my brothers and sisters, Lee Zurik is we call him a investigative journalist with the local news media here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana, Fox 8 local news media. He's one of those he's an investigative journalist, Lee Zurik, and to his credit, he have been hosting or reporting on a lot of these political corrupted actors for quite some time now. To his credit, he has been doing that. The truth about it, he's the only person thus far I've seen making reports on these political corrupted actors. No, the truth about it. Look, I'm just giving him credit for this one right now. He has been doing it for some time, I'm going to tell you that. There's a lot more issue out there that he could be addressing or reporting on. But let's stick with this right now. This is where this piece is coming from. Now, look. You see, where did he go? He went to a legal scholar. He went to a professor at law. And what did the professor say? Here we have judges in New Orleans. On the job. Look, what these judges are doing or have been doing is the same thing that those state troopers was doing. We have state troopers inside here. Man, look, I'm telling you, man, if you want to see corruption, political corruption, abuse of authority, it's right here in New Orleans, Louisiana, family. Come on down. Come on down. We have state troopers. Again, people who are supposed to be enforcing the law. Right? Out there tampering or padding their timesheets. This was also an article done or investigative reporting done by this guy right here, Lee Zurik. state troopers at the house, at the home. And while they're at the home, they are billing we the people, and we are paying them additional funds. Here we have judges who, while they're on the clock, operating in their official capacity as judge, double billing. A matter of fact, no, this is not even double billing, robbing people, committing crime. We are, oh my God, check this out. We have judges dressed in their robes, utilizing the staff during regular business hours to commit crime, blatant theft, first-degree robbery, you goddamn crooked bastards. We have judges on the clock, dressed in their robes, using the staff, committing blatant acts of robbery. Criminals. We have judges. Family. You see what I'm talking about? We have judges here in the territory. Look, this ain't no goddamn secret. This been going on for years. This been going on for years. Why you think, look, why do you think this bastard, the guy just left office a few days ago, Mitch Criminal Landry, why you think his ass ain't in jail right now, or the feds ain't on his ass? Why you think Mitch Landry ain't sharing the bunk with Ray Nagin? Huh? Because of these corrupt judges like this. Because Mitch Landry is a criminal genius. You know what Mitch Landry done? Mitch Landry ensured that his brother Maurice Landry sits or have a seat or is operating or have a job with the attorney, with the U.S. attorney in the U.S. attorney's office. He makes sure that his sister, Madeleine, didn't leave the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal into the private sector before he was closer to leave the job. He makes sure that his sister, Mary, didn't make sure she keep all her political ties. The criminal. What you are calling a government is nothing more than a criminal enterprise. Why do you think when we contacted that RLG criminal Williams and telling that, look, Mr. Williams, you are violating the law. You are robbing the people blind. You are taking property to which you have no constitutional authority to do it. Why did you think him tell us to kiss his ass? Because him know him got judges on the bench who is doing the same thing too. That's what, family. Look, thief back thief. You understand? You understand that? Thief back criminals back criminals. You understand the concept? Why would, look, when the law is clear and ambiguous, and we have people who went to this institution of indoctrination and spent years, these judges, the first thing they're gonna do is brag about the law degree. They want to impress you about the law degree and how much years they spend on the bench and how much years they spend out there as a member of the Bar Association. That's what they want to try to impress you. Well, not me. They can't impress my black ass, I tell you that. It takes more than that to impress me. Here we have this other criminal, Civil District Court Division N, calling herself a goddamn judge. She no judge. Etlin Sims Julian. When we point out to this criminal, look, family, again, the name of this show is The Proven Truth, not the Anthony Brown Show. The name of this show is The Proven Truth. When we when we address or when we make certain statement, we can substantiate that with facts and reality. We can substantiate anything that we say on this program with facts and reality. We implore you to rebut anything that we say here, or to prove anything that we say to be false or wrong or misleading. We implore you to do that. Anything that we say here, for somebody to come and show, look, my brothers and sisters, I'm the first, look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, you know. If I'm wrong, I will apologize. I'll make restitution. If I'm wrong, I will apologize and I will make restitution. Look, my head ain't bigger than my body. You see what I'm saying? We are not here to drag anybody's names to the mud or to the dirt. We are not here to be utilizing this platform because we have a platform that we can utilize. We are not here to spread propaganda. We are negative propaganda. Right? We are here giving light to issues that need light to be shined on. Follow what I'm saying? When we call this person right here, Etlin Sims Julian, Division N, Civil District Court, New Orleans, when we call her a goddamn criminal, when we call her an imposter, when we say her black ass supposed to be in jail, when we say she's supposed to be disbarred, fired, and any pension that she's looking forward to revoked, we are saying that because we can back that with substance and facts. With facts. Why do you think we have people like Errol G. Williams who just run a mockery of the system? Right now we have a guy by the name of Jay Banks who is sitting on the New Orleans City Council. We know for a fact he's of shady character. We know for a fact that Jay Banks, District B, and Errol G. Williams are friends, are allies, are we call them criminal conspirators. We know this for a fact. We know this for a fact, family. We don't keep this information to ourselves. We share it. We share it to the goddamn FBI too. They're criminals, man. Here we have a judge, or judges, charging people money. They ain't charging, robbing people of their money. They ain't charging them shit. If they was charging them, they would follow the law, where applicable, and charge a fee of $5. If they was charging them, let's utilize our terminology in the right way. Let's utilize our terminology in the right way. If they was charging them, they would charge them where applicable to the Constitution $5. You have people in a time in their life where they find love, they find companionship, and they say, you know what? Let's get married. I love you, baby. Oh, I love you too, baby. Let's get married. Okay. Look, we ain't want a big fancy. We ain't gonna waste. Look, we don't want to waste our time spending all this big elaborate money just so we can. No, we ain't. Look, let's go by the judge right here and let's go down by the courthouse and let's do this. They find love. They want to get married. They say, okay, let's do this. All it's supposed to cost them is a minimum of $5. Now here we have this criminal, this crooked bastard, calling himself judge. Now, these people getting married. We don't know if they have a roof over their head as yet. You know what I mean? Or if they're saving towards purchasing a piece of property, or saving towards, you know, the future. So the first person gonna be robbing these people in the stage in the stage of matrimony is this goddamn so-called judges. That's not family. Just for a second, just imagine that. Just look. I'm asking you, just for a second, to think outside the box. That's what I'm asking you. Just for a minute. Work with me. Try it. Look, I know it's difficult and impossible to think like how I think. Again, the water that I drink, my family, it's less different than the type of water that most of you drink. I know that. But for a second, just follow me. Here we have a man, or here we have a couple. It doesn't, the composition of the couple doesn't really matter. But here we have a couple, right, who found love and decide to get married. You know, look, I want you to be mine until the day I die. So they decide that, look, let's tie the knot, baby. Let's tie the knot. Let's go by this courthouse right here. Let's go in front of this judge. You know, let's get a couple dollars together and let's get married. Let's start a life together. It's all good, nothing wrong with that. So let's start a brand new life together. Now, here we have it. They're gonna go in front of this judge. This judge supposed to make that union official. This judge supposed to make that marriage official. Supposed to make that marriage legal. Right? This judge supposed to be somebody with good moral standing. Somebody who can give that union an official title or label. And she is the very first person, or a matter of fact, the very first act she gonna commit, or these judges gonna do for this couple is to rob them ass. Just think about that. The very first act is not to join them into matrimony, you know. The very first act is not to join them into matrimony, you know. It's not to let them say I do to each other, you know. Because before you go in front of the judge and say I do, you have to give them that extortion fee or that money. Right? Now, these judges know for a fact that they are actually taking people money to which they have no legal authority to take. And here it is, they are taking, in one cases, $100 a pop. So every person again, in one judge, she collect $100. Where does that money go? Does it go into the treasury? No, it goes into her goddamn pocket. She's a criminal. In other cases, they're charging $80. Where does that money go? They put it into their pocket. My brothers and sisters, family, understand what I'm saying to you. This is what I'm saying. When the judicial branch, when members of the judiciary is unworthy, does not follow the rule or abide by the rule of law, what are they doing? They are creating anarchy on the land. They are creating anarchy on the land. That's what they're doing. They are creating anarchy. Why? What does that mean? That means when you have an issue, you cannot go or take it before these so-called judges because you won't get justice. Justice is what we seek. Where there is no justice, there's no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. What good is the law if within the law there is no justice? That's a quote from an ancestor, Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, I've been saying it for some time. We here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana, have the wrong set of people behind bars. We are convicting or criminalizing the wrong set of people behind bars. We are taking away the freedom, the livelihood, and the asset. The wrong set of people we are doing that to. Look no further if you want to find some criminal in the Orleans Parish Civil District Court, in the Orleans Parish Municipal Court, Parish Court. Look no further than in the City Hall building here on Pardew Street or whatever street it won't be on. If you want to see some criminals, that's where you go and find criminals. Look in Baton Rouge, you see some criminals. You talk about criminals? You talk about criminal? Here is what, look, here is John Bell Edwards, the governor of Louisiana, the governor, who is using scare tactics, and that's all it is, family. He's using scare tactics and his bullet pulpit to strong arm the Louisiana legislature so that he can increase taxes on the people of Louisiana. How the hell can we be short of money, our currency, our revenue? How can we have a budget deficit in Louisiana? Why? I don't see it. We spend $40 million. Oh my God. Hold on there, man. Am I the only one? Am I the only one? We spend $40 million to intrude into people's life by putting up some cameras all over New Orleans. Putting up cameras. Some company, some relative of Mitch Landrieu or some friend of Mitch Landrieu got $40 million to put up cameras all over the territory of New Orleans, to spy, to intrude, to invade into people's lives. We have judges here who's robbing the public treasury by putting thousands of dollars annually into their pocket that's supposed to go into the public treasury. We have asset, public asset, that nobody can find or can account for here in the territory of Louisiana. Are we talking about a budget deficit? Are you kidding me? A budget deficit to the point where these goddamn criminal actors talking about in 2020 a constitutional amendment to fix this financial crisis, as they call it. Oh, you're goddamn crazy. Where is the financial crisis, John Bell Edwards? Look, that criminal Errol G. Williams, that clown who's called himself the Orleans Parish Tax Assessor, by illegally putting people property on his Avalarum tax roll, is drawing in $4.7 billion annually. What did I say a while ago? Yes, I said it. $4.7 billion annually. The tourism industry is raking in another $7 billion annually here in New Orleans. 4 and 7 is what? 4 and 7 is 11. So we're talking about actually $12 billion already. We are, oh my God. We're talking about a what? A deficit? We have elected officials here who is going to prison left, right, and center because they are robbing. Man, look, you guys forgot the last person, the last U.S. representative was Dollar Bill Jackson or Jefferson Wemwardian. They caught him out with $90,000 inside his freezer. It's a systematic approach to robbery here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. We don't have a revenue problem or a revenue issue. We don't. We have criminals. Look, we have rats. We are hiring rats to protect our cheese. We are hiring rats to protect our cheese. John Bell Edwards is a rat. Errol G. Williams is a rat. What's her name? Etlin Sims Julian is a rat. Mitch J. Landry is a rat. Man, look, it's ridiculous, family. Then they want to scare you. Use scare tactics. Then who they go after? Who they go after? The weak and elderly and vulnerable. That's who they go after. The weak, young, and John Bell Edwards, the first thing he tried to do was to take people off of Medicare. Say, look, look, we ain't taking care of your health issues no more. We can't afford it. Yeah, we can afford it. Cut your goddamn salary and we can afford it. All that private security we have to pay for to secure your ass. Look, send them home and we can afford it. Let these criminal judges that's taking people money, who is robbing people, let them put that money into the public treasury and we can afford it. What are we talking about here, family? What are we talking about here? We're talking about elected officials who took an oath to the Constitution, who have a fiduciary duty to we the people, to do our business, to conduct our affairs, who is robbing us. Now, family, my brothers and sisters, listen to me carefully. This is what I'm saying. You cannot blame a thief when he commits criminal acts. You cannot blame a robber when he go out there and rob you if it's in his nature. Right? But you have to recognize that you have a part and a role to play. You have to recognize that you are a boss, that you are an electorate, that you are one of the people who they come to every 4, 2, and 6 years when they want to go into public office. And why would you sit by the wayside and not question what they are doing? Why? Why would you just sit and believe every single thing that they say to you? You see, that's why they don't like a goddamn Anthony Brown. Because again, look, I don't take jack shit from nobody. You know? I don't care who the person want to be. You know? I don't take, look, when I was 13, my dad kicked my black ass out of his house. You know? When I was 13, my dad kicked my ass out. You know my dad tell me? My dad told me 2 bulls don't rain in 1 pen. You know what that mean? Yeah. 2 bulls don't rain in 1 pen. That's what my dad tell me. Look, I wasn't acting like a bull. I didn't think so. But he was just that type of person. Why would you, knowing the authority that you have, the only reason why they are getting away with it is because we the people ain't on the job. We the people ain't doing what we the people supposed to do. I guarantee you, I bet you 2,000 of us gather up and march in front of that goddamn city court building and call for the resignation of all these criminals. Let's call them name out. Let's call the name out. Let's call the name out. These are the imposters. These are the criminals that we, the people, have been paying or giving a salary for a very long time. First City Court, next door to City Hall. You see? You see how close them is? City, look, for those of you who don't know the territory of New Orleans, the City Hall, the city building, that municipal corporation building, and where these criminals are operating would form a right angle triangle. Just think about, just think about a right angle triangle. And one angle sits the First City Court, and on the next angle sits the City Hall, the municipal corporation. That's how close they are together. You just leave out of one door, the back door of First City Court, and you can walk into the side door of City Hall. That's how close it is. Now again, the truth about it, as I said before, is one criminal bridge. It's a criminal bridge. We got criminals in First City Court, and we got criminals in City Hall. You see what I'm talking about? Just different titles. Just different titles. Now here is some of the criminals that we have and we've been paying for a very long time. The first criminal that called herself a judge, Angelica Reed. Angelica Reed. Angelica Reed. Angelique, Reed. That's the first criminal. The second criminal calling herself a judge that we've been paying money, giving her salary for a very long time, is Veronica Henry. Veronica Henry, calling herself a judge, a criminal bastard. The second one is Monique Morel, calling herself a judge, you criminal bastard. Right? Robbing people. No, family, look. You tell me what it is. Let me give you the scenario and you tell me what it is. If you are authorized to, let's say you're authorized to cut somebody ear for $5. Let's say you're authorized to cut somebody, okay. Let's say you're authorized to cut somebody grass, the lawn, for $5, right? That's what you're authorized to do. Let's say you're cutting, so let's say you're working for a company then. Okay, here we go. Let's say you're working for a company, right? And the company policy is we cut grass for $5. Period. We cut grass for $5. And your boss said, go ahead, cut those grass. Okay? Charge the customers $5. And you go there, no, look, you working for a company, you got your marching orders, the policies, the rates, and everything, when you're supposed to charge these customers, right? You're not working for yourself, you know. You're in the private sector, you know. These goddamn criminals that call themselves judge, they work in the private sector. They could have, if they wanted to charge money, which they would, at that point, I don't think that they would even get that amount of clientele. That's why they're utilizing the governmental entity to rob people. Right? You could have do that. They could have do that. So let's say you're supposed to charge $5. Here you go behind your boss back and you charging $15. You charging $15, right? One, you're not telling your boss about it. You're not informing your boss, look, I charge $15. Because just by telling your boss, you are liable to be fired. Because you're supposed to charge $5. So why the hell are you charging $15? So, okay, you charge $15. You don't carry that $15 to your boss, you know, right? Or you don't tell the client, look, sir or ma'am, I'm only required to charge $5. However, I think I've done an extremely beautiful job, which is you're supposed to anyway. But you know, it's a very hot day, and you know, man, I never expect gas would be this high. Or man, you know something, I'm really hungry, or you know something, I'm on a hard time. No, in truth and reality, none of that would really apply. But let's, you know, but what I'm getting to, you inform the client that you are charging an extra $10. You're informing the client that, look, in reality, I'm supposed to charge you $5, but look, I'm going to charge you $15. Right? No, you don't do that. You don't inform the client, and when you do charge you $15, you don't carry the extra $10 to the boss. You put that crap in your pocket. What you just did a while ago? What is it that you just did a while ago? In charging the client an extra $10 and putting that crap in your pocket, not informing them that you was charging them more than you're supposed to charge them, and not telling your boss. What is it that you just did a while ago? You don't know? You commit an act of extortion. You commit theft. You commit crime. You was dishonest not only to yourself, but to your employee and the client. That's what you did. Here we have this. Now, these three criminals right here, they charge $80 to everybody who got married or who come inside of them and they perform that wedding ceremony. Now, understand the concept. That ceremony don't last more than 5 minutes. I mean, look, I'm in the wrong business, you know. I'm in the hold on. I'm in the wrong business. I'm in the for 5 minutes, $80? God damn. That's a good business to be in. Huh. Let me think about that for a minute. $80 every 5 minutes. Damn. That's look. That's some serious breads, man. Now, look at this other criminal over there in the West Bank, in Algiers, calling herself a judge. Now, you know something? Full disclosure. This criminal right here, I encounter already, you know. I encounter already. And I know the very first time, a couple of years ago, I encountered her, I know something was wrong. But at that point, my eyes was awoken. My brain was expanded. And I know her name is Tina Anderson Treshan. she charges $100. No, they call themselves judges. They know that the Constitution, they know that one, they are doing these weddings during the time when they are actually on the clock. They are not, so they are double dipping. Something similar to what those state troopers was doing. Man, we got so much goddamn criminal in. Look, there's no love lost between we and the FBI and the local FBI. But this is the reason why, family, if you go to my Facebook page, which is Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017, and you scroll down, you will see an article, you will see a posting there. You will see a posting. And what the posting is saying is that here we have the FBI, right? The director of the FBI is saying that public corruption in Louisiana can't get much worse. That is at the time he was the outgoing FBI, right? He said public corruption in Louisiana can't get much worse. And the incoming FBI chief at the time concurred with him to the point where here in the territory of New Orleans, where every other territory have only one division that deals with public corruption, we have two. We have two. You see what I'm talking about? In every branch of government, here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana, here in the territory of Louisiana, we have corrupt, criminal-minded, criminal actors, public officials. That's the reason why, my brothers and sisters, I say to you, what you think is government, what you think is government, when you think you have a government conducting governmental affairs, you are only misleading yourself or deceiving yourself. What we have here in the territory of Louisiana is a structure, an organized crime structure. We have organized syndicate. We have a criminal structure. We have political figures, or we have elected representatives not conducting the will of the people or abiding by the rule of law or the Constitution. They are disguising themselves under that umbrella to rob we the people blind. To rob we the people blind. That's what they're doing. So-called judges. Now, just so you guys know, if the Chief Justice Bernadette Johnson, look, somebody tell me, look, let's say you always pronounce her name wrong. Let's say, look, you always pronounce her name wrong. Her name is Bernadette Johnson. Chief Justice Bernett, B-E-R-N-E-T-T. Oh well, so you know what I mean. Okay, maybe I do. Look, I don't give a rat's ass if I pronounce her name wrong. You all know what I'm talking about. Bernette Johnson. She was the same person. Look, this was what she came to us and screamed and cried about. When it was her turn to become Chief Justice of the Louisiana Supreme Court, her colleagues said to her, no, it's not your time. Take a goddamn seat. Wait your turn. She came out into the community crying. I'm talking, tears in her eyes, begging the community to talk on her behalf. Went and filed papers in the federal court, asking the federal judges to intervene, saying, look, according to the Constitution, you see, they utilize or make reference to this document, to the law, when it benefit them. Okay? Now, let me read to you what she was. Let me read to you it's Article 5 of the Louisiana Constitution, Section 5, Clause B. Let me see. The Supreme Court has exclusive original jurisdiction of discipline. No, that's not it. That's not it. Okay. Article 5, Section 6. And this is what Article 5, Section 6 says. Chief Justice. The judge oldest in point of service on the Supreme Court shall be Chief Justice. He is the Chief Administrative Officer of the judicial system of the state, subject to rule adopted by the court. Now, the term he, I think it's gender neutral as it is in the Constitution. He, she, whatever. Now, family, brothers and sisters, we've been ranting now for the past 2 hours. It's coming close to that time when we're going to have to say much love and goodbye. But it is important for you to recognize that it's not all who say glory, glory going to be welcome in the kingdom of heaven according to the Bible. It's not everybody you see in a black robe calling themselves judge is a judge or operating as such. Here in the territory of New Orleans, we got criminals. We got criminals in public office. We got criminals in public office. And we're going to be calling them out as long as our God give us a breath. My brothers and sisters, Anthony Brown saying, much love.
Is there any remorse? We take your hand for those people you've dead in the past. Those who came across your path, their life they've lost. Sure. And you replied, say, circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should understand.